on? Well, how much longer is Mike McDaniel going to be there? What are they going to do with Tua? Those conversations feel like they're going to be heating up sooner rather than later. This is Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio. And coming up next, the Steelers, the Bengals, they went down this week. The Ravens, are they still in that AFC North race? We dive into that coming up next. Freddie and Harry, ESPN Radio.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour apple 5-hour energy shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With zero sugar and as much caffeine as your favorite 12-ounce coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keep your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at sour apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
News now on 102.7 The Game.
Report for Cromwell Media News. I'm Rob Nichols. Rail companies across the Commonwealth are getting over $5.5 million for repairs and expansion. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has ordered the funding through the Kentucky Industrial Access and Safety Improvement Program. KYTC distributes the grant throughout the year. Nearly $2 million is still available for additional grants this fiscal year. Governor Mike Braun of Indiana may announce a special legislative session today. Fox 59 reports the governor will call the Indiana General Assembly back into session to consider redistricting the state. The session to consider redrawing the Hoosier state's congressional maps will start November 3rd, according to the report. State lawmakers and Governor Braun have been discussing a potential special session for weeks. The Republican Party of Kentucky is investigating a video posted online by Hardin County Republicans over the weekend that depicts former President Barack Obama and his First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. Reporters at Wave TV say they got a screenshot from the now deleted video showing the faces of the Obamas superimposed onto the bodies of gorillas. The state GOP party has described the post as vile and reprehensible, saying action will be taken against anyone involved in making and sharing the clip. Hardin County Republican Party Chair Bobby Coleman has released a statement on Facebook apologizing for the video, saying it was intended to celebrate President Trump's policies by showing him as a Lion King. I'm Rob Nichols reporting.
Hey, it's Bob McDole here, owner of 270 Tactical. I want to invite you to come check out our brand new shop, where you'll find an extensive range of firearms, optics, and shooting accessories. From trusted names like Benelli to Winchester, we've got it all. Plus, we handle all custom orders. Come explore our large collection and find exactly what you need with the help of our expert team. We are 270 Tactical, and we're located at 1737 Sherm Road. See you there.
If you want the best local, regional, and national sports coverage, then you need to listen to Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans. Catch them every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. on Owensboro Sports Station, 1027 The Game, courtesy of Foreman, Watson, Holtree.
Oh, cold and brisk autumn night, the spirits scream with much delight. Ghostly Productions provides the frights. Get you ready for Halloween night.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Here's your 14 first alert forecast. Overnight, cloudy skies with scattered showers and a low of 48. On Tuesday, cloudy skies with a high of 61 degrees, then cloudy with rain returning on Tuesday night and a low of 47. On Wednesday, it'll rain all day long, heavy at times, with a high of 54. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons with your 14 first alert forecast.
From the Floor Concept Studios, legally we're WLME 102.7 FM, Lewisport.
On air.
Just call us 102.7. 102.7.
Roger. What's our Victor? Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Live at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman, Watson, Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up, and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry. Dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios on a rainy Monday, joined by Coach Vic Evans.
What's up, man?
Man, I about got beat up on the way over here.
Oh,
If you're that
really?
guy that pulled over there on 26th Street to try to fight me because you pulled out in front of somebody, and I don't know why you got mad at me. I mean, literally, that's what I've dealt with since I got off work and came here. Like, man,
here's the
calm
problem,
down,
though. Listen, if you're going to try to, like, punk out and fight Stephen A. Turner, you may have half of Owensboro.
Man.
Because he's the diva.
It was the craziest thing I've ever
protection.
seen, man. I mean,
You got to go through the Three Stooges before it gets to you.
Man, I was just driving down Old Hartford Road, man, and then the guy pulls out in front of me, and he gets, I guess maybe because it's wet outside. I don't know if he tried to gun it or what.
Got a little sideways.
Goes over in the other lane, almost hits the other car head on, and then he
blames you.
And I was just shaking my head. I didn't really do anything. I was behind him, and I'm sitting there and just kind of no one can hear us. They say out there. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
I'll go. How about? Oh no, we're here.
It says only the intro now
on the radio. Let me go check some stuff.
Dead air, but yeah, no. So yeah, I'm driving down the road, and the next thing you know, he turns on the street that I'm going to turn on to go to the house and drop these groceries off, and he pulls over and gets out of his car. Like, I was like, all right, well, I guess this is going to happen this afternoon. So I just drove around him, and so be it. The other cars passed on by, and I was safe. But if that's you out there listening, I appreciate the hospitality out there. You need to pay more attention, maybe, or maybe drive a little safer on a rainy day. But download that Owensboro radio app. You can listen anywhere in the world. Follow along 1027 The Game on social media. Maybe we weren't on the air for my dramatic road rage story, but if don't have road rage. It's not good.
No. And like I said, the guy out there, you're messing with the wrong guy.
He may be listening right now.
I hope
if
he
is, man, just chill out.
Yeah, just relax.
I mean, just chill out. I mean, be patient.
You want to give his license plate number?
No, I don't even know. I'm not even going to say what kind of car he was in, to be clear. But no, I mean, it got my heart racing a little bit. So here I am, ready to roll for some Live at 5. You can text us through the show, 270-903-0389. And we are live streaming on social media, Legendary Pool and Spa. They're the sponsor for that. And if you want to listen, it's iTunes, Spotify, wherever you consume.
Yeah, if you miss it, you can pull it up there. But like I said, it was Vic Air on this one.
Oh,
because see, like,
it's all good.
On Friday Night Lights Out, when we bring on guests, a lot of times, we call them, via the, with our phone system down right now, we call everybody via Facebook. And I turned the PC editor off, and nobody goes in there anymore, so it's always set up for the show.
Yeah.
But I forgot I turned the PC editor off, so that's why we weren't on at the very first minute there.
Fair enough.
My bad.
It's okay. No, it's all good. Everybody missed the whole story. Guy pulls out in front of me, almost hits the car head on. I just shook my head behind him, and he pulls over and gets out of his car
and wanted to fight you.
He literally got out of his car.
Did he really?
Yeah, there's, if you turn off Old Hartford on the 26th.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a hard place to get out because everybody cuts through there to go to 54.
Right.
Well, there was a lot of cars there, like there always is. It's really congested. So I'm turning right there to go to my house. And he turned in front of me, and then he pulls over right there. So, there was only like a small little bit there between my car and the car in the turning lane, and he swings his door open. I was like, well, that's a good way to get ran over.
I was going to say, here's the thing. Don't get out. If I'm still in the car and you want to come and fight me, I may just gun it and run you over.
It's like in NASCAR drivers punching each other with helmets on.
It's kind of like those people, get out there and block roads.
It's all good.
Just keep going.
I mean, it scared me because I really did think he was going to hit that oncoming car head on. So I don't know. It's a dramatic afternoon.
There you go.
But if you're out there driving, be safe. It is wet roadways. I don't know. Maybe you haven't drove in rain in a while or something. Don't be mad at the clouds. Maybe he was just mad at the clouds. Maybe that's what it was. He was that guy that got out Petra's farm. Is that what it is? He remembers. Gets mad at the clouds.
We're getting to that time of year where he gets. It's always dark and gloomy, and then before long, at 5 o'clock, it'll be dark
next week. Yeah.
When
Fall
it
back
changes
this weekend.
Yeah, and so it'll be crazy, but. Only we do know is we're going to have still got a lot of football to go.
Yeah, a lot of football left. Some teams maybe not so much.
Yeah, there's a few.
Teams may not have any football left if you're in Indiana.
That's crazy.
We'll talk about that in a little bit as we will run through 3-segment show. It'll be a lot of high school here in the first part. We'll have another high school segment on the back half, a little college and pro, a fastest hour in football here. Also, World Series. What are we doing tonight? World Series?
We've got Monday Night Football. Then we've got the World Series on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Fair.
And we're going to play it by ear here, Steve, because, you've got that weird thing. You got on Saturday, got a full day of sports. So on Saturday, early in the morning, we got Vanderbilt, Texas will be here on 102.7 The Game.
Big game.
Huge game. Then, if Game 7 of the World Series is going to be on Saturday night, UK will be on K News, the UK pregame show, the football game, and Matt Jones' postgame show will all be on K News, and we'll have Game 7 here. That's only if there's Game 7. I mean, you got to put Game 7 on too, and the problem is we can't reverse it because of the way that the studios are set up.
Yeah.
And so we can move UK to K News on Saturday.
7? It might go 7.
It may. I mean, I think we'll know more after Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, if it's 3-1, it's not going to go 7. I know that.
Yeah, so we have to get a little bit of baseball in. There'll be a little bit of volleyball.
But we'll have Tuesday and Wednesday's games.
Half of the high school games, but it's all football today, and we got to start with the Owensboro Red Devils because I always like when people make me look smart. I told you about a month ago that Owensboro was going to blow the doors off Madisonville, and they did it, 61-7. Now, there was a small period of trepidation in that first quarter when Riley updates the score on the Pizzo scoreboard, and it's 7-0.
Well, no, it was a fluke play.
After seeing it, and obviously it was a fluke play, but
well, no, that
61 unanswered points.
Well, listen, you have a fluke play and you go down and score, and then literally Ganaway hits King Dillard on a slant and he goes 63 yards. It's 7-7, and I knew right then and there because I was listening to Dan Bartlett in the Right Implement Game of the Week, and I knew as soon as they hit that very first pass and made it 7-7. I was like, this is going to get ugly in a hurry, and it did.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the story. I don't know that it's going to be this ugly, but, I mean, the story that I talked about is King Dillard on the outside, the receivers for Owensboro, stretching the field, and you just really have to pick your poison. And DeMarcus Jr., man, just out there slinging that thing around. School record.
School record. Now, I know in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, they didn't exactly throw it around, but anytime you set a school record at Owensboro High School.
As a sophomore. Might break his own record at some point.
I can tell you right now, like, there's legit arguments to be made because we're going to be getting together here in the next, I'd say 2 weeks to start to put together the ESPN Owensboro all-area first and second team. How do you pick a quarterback with Goldsberry, Johnson, Carruthers, and Ganaway? Like, you got to pick 2.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just going to be honest.
You're going to bow out.
It's got to the point where I'm proud of the teams. Last year I wasn't even involved, and man, it was a lot less stressful. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, there's going to be some good players that are on the second team and honorable mention because it's so loaded at certain positions, and that quarterback is a loaded one. That's for sure. I mean, I can tell you, Goldsberry's first team quarterback, but the battle for second team quarterback
go either way.
Fire. I mean, look out. There's still some football left to be played that may decide who is.
No, I think there is football left to be played because I can make
They're
a
all
case.
knotted right now.
Yeah, I can make a case for all 3 of them.
Yeah, it's a 3-way tie right now, and so we'll see how it ends up playing out. I mean, all 3 of those guys have a strong case and would be deserving.
When we said early this year, back in when we were doing our previews, that this ESPN Owensboro area has never had the talent at quarterback from top to bottom that it has this year ever. You look at it because then you can also throw in the year that Eubanks has had at Hancock County. Very nice year. The young freshmen down at Butler County have a very nice year. You got the quarterback over at South Spencer has had a monster year. The quarterback talent from top to bottom in this region is better than it ever has been ever.
Yeah, and I think it's time to start acknowledging King Dillard for what he is, man. He's one of the best playmakers in the state, and he's just a sophomore as well.
Correct.
So you got that sophomore combination, man. That's just giving 5A schools nightmares.
I'm gonna make a prediction that's really not outside the realm of that's gonna happen. That when they're done, Ganaway will own the passing record for touchdowns, and that will be like the Jerry Rice to Steve Young. Will be like that combo will own the record in Owensboro High School. It may put it to a area that it'll take a long time for anybody to touch it.
Yeah, that's very likely. I would say Evan Hampton. He also caught 106 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. 62 yards rushing and a score. I mean, Shimwell and Fountain had receiving touchdowns, but really should have started with the defense because we talk about Hightower a lot, and he's one of the best running backs in the state. No questions about that. That Madisonville running attack has had a lot of success. Defense held them to 62 rushing yards.
Yeah, they dominated. They absolutely dominated. They made Madisonville do something that once they got up to the big start, Madisonville had to try to throw the football. And let's just be honest and say what it is. They are the 5A football favorite. Don't tell me about Cooper. Don't tell me about Bowling. Don't tell me about Pulaski. Don't tell me about Woodford. Owensboro's the best 5A football team in the state, and I'm not sure it's that close.
Yeah, I mean, not on paper. I mean, not from where I'm sitting, but I mean, 12 sacks, 23 tackles for a loss. I mean, for the defense on Friday night, Ty Ashley had 18 tackles, 3 of them for a loss. He forced a fumble. Kendall, 12 tackles, 3 for a loss. Muster had 3 sacks. Conrad an interception.
I think Ashley also on the fumble scooped and scored.
It's embarrassment of riches right now.
It is.
And Owensboro is really playing well as they start to head towards the playoffs. You look at Saturday morning RPI, Owensboro woke up number 2, and they're behind Pulaski, and Pulaski will play Bell County this week, who is undefeated in 3A. So there's a decent chance that Owensboro may be looking at number 1 overall in RPI. Either way, they're at Rash throughout the postseason.
I was going to say, even if you stay 2.
So long as they don't lay an egg against Henderson on Friday night, they'll be home for the playoffs.
Well, I want them to stay 2. And I don't think it really matters because, as we were talking, I want to see this. There is a clear path to have a game of games at Kroger Field. That's what I want to happen.
Yeah. And so might as well just go right into it, right? I mean, because the Apollo Eagles would be that game of games that you're talking about.
Yes,
right?
like and I know them beating Bowling Green is going to be a battle.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you look at the path of the way things would play out, okay, and let's say that Pulaski gets beat, because I think they have to play. Cooper's got to play Scott County. Pulaski will have to play Woodford, and I would think Woodford would. But if those are your final 4, Apollo, Owensboro, that's the way it would play out because Apollo would go to Woodford, Cooper would come to Rash, and so Apollo's path would be Barron, Bowling Green. I think that's going to be tough. Then they're probably going to host Atherton. They got a chance to jump Atherton.
Yeah. If they were to beat Bowling Green,
because I think if they beat Davis County, it's so close that they may jump Atherton in the RPI.
Right, but I'm talking about to get to the third round. Right, all this hypothetical is just a incredible run from Apollo. And then then you're at Woodford, and then
who knows?
Game away from facing Owensboro at Kroger.
This would be even better than when Owensboro faced Bowling Green at Kroger.
We kind of hinted at a potential Apollo Owensboro Black Friday matchup, but there is a path for a state championship.
Well, I think I'll say this. Owensboro or if Apollo was to beat Bowling Green, the winner of the Atherton game would go to Woodford. Whoever won Apollo Atherton. So, I don't think now if Pulaski was to hang around and Owensboro stays the 2 and it's Pulaski and Cooper, then Apollo or Atherton would go to Owensboro.
5A is a little harder to map out because there's a lot of parity in those teams, in Woodford and Scott County, and we don't know 100%. We knew Cooper was really good last year. I mean, are they still right there at the top? Is it a different level? I mean, that's really what I'm looking for is levels. At 5A, I'm not so sure there is a whole lot of different levels. I think
there's 2. I think it's Owensboro, then there's a little gap to Cooper, and then there's a gap to everybody else. Yeah, that's my opinion.
That's probably correct. I mean, but, this is a game in years past where I thought Apollo would go on the road, after a huge win. They go on the road and they probably win this, kind of like they did against Muhlenberg.
Yes, 21-14.
Or a Graves County game where they just, they never really in danger of losing it so much as they, just a close game.
No.
I mean, but no, they put this game running clock in the first quarter.
Well, Max goes for over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, and that offense is absolutely rolling.
Yeah, and that was all in the first half. I mean, 19-21, 335 and 5 in the first half. Amaji Badger is killing it at the receiver spot, 123 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Bratcher over 100 in a score. Yeah, JT Edge and Rod Dillard both with double-digit tackles on the defense. And since switching the defense personnel around a little bit, this defense is playing a whole lot better. I mean, we just said they needed to be just slightly below average, and they would be able to win. And this is a above average defense over the past 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, and to me, Barron and Bowling Green are going to be those 2 teams, in those early playoff scenarios that may try to line up and run it down their throat and how they do there. But, I love this offense. And you look at it, after the 0-3 start, look, you've won what now, 5 of the last 6. And your only loss is to Owensboro, who's playing as well as anybody in the state. And this team offensively is rolling. And I think I definitely expect them to win week 1 against Barron.
Yes.
And then
it's not an easy game, but it will be at Eagle Stadium, so I think it's an advantage, and I think they're the better football team. And then just let the chips
if you
fall
told
where
me
they may.
that with what we know, if you told me, Greenwood played Bowling Green tough, took a last-second field goal, if you told me what we know about Bowling Green this year, and I know it's still having the go-to Bowling Green to win, there's nothing in that DNA of that Apollo teams that says they can't go down there and win. Now, they'll have to play great football. But it ain't like them going down there last year to South Warren where you just knew they didn't have a chance.
Right. Yeah. No, it would be a very interesting round 2 game in 5A for me.
One of the more interesting round 2 games throughout the state in any level.
And if you look at the West, because you got Owensboro, Bowling Green, Apollo, Atherton, and Fairdale in the East, right? And that
is the West.
That's the West.
Yeah.
I do this every time. That's probably why that guy pulled over and tried to fight me. I don't even know my own direction. I might have been driving on the wrong side of the road for all I know.
You're over in Britain.
Wow. Yeah. I even have it written down wrong. So there's that. I said I'll read anything. I have it written down wrong. In the East, I think it's Cooper and Scott County in round 2. I mean, that's going to be a massive matchup,
yes.
and one that I can't just pencil Cooper into, because Scott County, they have a win over Bowling Green this year. And then you got Woodford and Pulaski and North Laurel. They're also in the East.
And that changes like who plays who because of where Scott County is and where North Laurel is. Let's say Scott County was to beat Cooper in round 2 because that's who they play, right? They would match up in round 2. Then, and if North Laurel's the winner, Pulaski would get North Laurel, and then you would get Woodford Scott County rematch.
Yeah, and that was a 57-50 game.
Yeah, because Cooper actually is way down in RPI.
Way down, yeah.
And so they're going to be on the road wherever they go. But then you could also, if Cooper wins that matchup, you're more likely to get Pulaski versus Cooper, and then North Laurel playing Woodford.
Yeah, and I mean, all that still, again, it's all hypothetical because if Pulaski loses to Bell County this week, they're going to drop a little bit in the RPI. Then it just shuffles everything up. So, I mean, Woodford might end up jumping Pulaski for it's all said and done. So, I mean, there's still a lot on the table in 5A, and that's what makes it fun.
I don't think Cooper's going to catch any other of them and stuff like that. So if Cooper
they're going to be on the road.
So if Cooper could beat Scott County in round 2, which would be at home because Cooper is the district champion, if Cooper wins that game, then on round 3 and round 4, they're going on the road
100%.
Unless there's some massive upset somewhere that you just don't see coming.
Yeah.
And you and I know in round 1 in KHSA football, there are not many upsets.
No.
Most of them are running
and
clocks.
mostly not in round 2.
Right. You get about 1 or 2 games all year.
But you do have 2 massive round 2 games sitting on the table if it plays out with the Bowling Green and Apollo and Cooper and Scott County that will directly impact the 5A path.
And then in 4A, you got the best game. 4A, you could have Covcath taking on, I'm trying to think which one they take on in round 2. Covcath and
Johnson Central.
Johnson Central.
Yeah.
Which would be massive.
Yeah, 4A is going to be fun too. 5A is fun because there's just not, like I said, I don't think there's certain levels to it. In 4A, everybody's kind of on that
Well,
level.
part of the problem in 5A is if you look at, I think like in the last 15 years, teams that have won the state title other than Bowling Green, none of them are here anymore.
Right, they've all kind of moved out of the.
Yeah, a couple have dropped to 4A, and a couple
South
moved up to
Warren went
6A.
yeah.
And then and
Douglas.
Bowling Green's quote unquote down, so it kind of opens it up for everybody.
Yeah, that's and the purples are sitting there saying, just keep saying we're
down.
down.
I know.
Because when we get
look at that schedule, everybody.
Right.
Everybody they played really good.
No doubt. No, and that's what's going to make it so fun, I think, in 5A is the playoffs are just going to be bonkers. So it's going to be, you have great games all over in 5A, which will directly affect the Red Devils and directly affect the Apollo Eagles if they handle their business. We'll pause it right. We've got plenty of other high school games to get into. We'll look at 2A and 3A when we come back here, but we'll pause it for Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810 or find her at karengross.net. It's live at 5, 1027 The Game.
Attorneys at Foreman, Watson, Holtree have handled thousands of personal injury lawsuits. We know how a serious injury can change your life forever. If you've been injured, the attorney you choose to represent you is critical. Put our reputation and resources to work for you. Let us fight your battles and wage your wars. Find out why FWH Legal is an award-winning personal injury law firm. Foreman Watson Holtry, dedicated to justice. FW.
Memorabilia, apparel, t-shirts, hats, cards, home decor, jerseys, autographs, Sports Country, where every day is game day, and no one will judge you for painting your face. Sports Country, Park Plaza Drive, behind Shamey's Car Wash off Frederica Street in Owensboro. Owensboro's #1 sports fan store.
Not responsible for spontaneous in-zone dances.
Hi, this is Travis Holtry. At Foreman Watson Holtry, we're not just your trusted local attorneys. We're your neighbors and proud supporters of Kentucky Sports Radio. Just like a game-winning shot by UK at the buzzer, we're here to deliver results for you when it counts. Whether it's navigating complex legal challenges or celebrating the next big win by UK on the court, we're with you every step of the way. Tune in to KSR Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. And remember, Foreman Watson Holtry, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Looking for a financial partner you can trust? Look no further than Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a new home, or need a loan, we've got you covered with competitive rates and personalized service. Join the community that cares about your financial well-being. Visit Green River Area Federal Credit Union at one of our 3 locations in Henderson, Greenville, or Owensboro and experience the difference today. Your money, your future, your credit union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Backed by popular demand, Legendary Pools and Spas by John Maurice is here. If John has built your pool or spa in the past and it needs service, repairs, or just a little attention, he's ready to take care of you. He loved to hear from his former customers, and if you're new, now is the perfect time to see why his work is legendary. Call Legendary Pools and Spas by John Maurice at 270-316-1007. Reconnecting with customers, one pool at a time.
Southwire in Hallsville has been family-owned since 1950 and strives to be generationally sustainable for years to come. They are one of the leading manufacturers of wire and cable used in the transmission and distribution of electricity. Southwire delivers power to millions of people around the world. Their mission to be a preferred provider of solutions to the electrical industry by providing innovative products and services with exceptional quality and delivering on our promises. They also are proud supporters of all Hancock County athletics. Go Hornets!
It's truck season at Champion Ford, and that means big savings on America's #1 selling trucks. Take command of the legendary 2025 F-150, just $44,990 with 0.9% APR, or lease for $499 a month with 0 down, or choose the powerhouse 2025 Ford F-250 Super Cab 4x4, $5,400 off MSRP. Hunting season, tailgating season, truck season, only at Champion Ford in Owensboro. ChampionOwensboro.com.
Feel the power of the road beneath you. Rick's Tire and Service can make it possible. Offering comprehensive car care from front-end repair and brake work to air conditioning and diagnostic services. We're more than just tires. Elevate your ride with our range of aftermarket accessories. Get those wheels, tires, level up with lift kits, seat bumpers, bed covers, and running boards. Even lights, you bet. At Rick's, we customize your vehicle to reflect your style. Rick's Tire and Service, the place where we turn your car from basic to fantastic.
For over 35 years, Owensboro Garage Doors has been serving the tri-state area. We have exciting news. Our state-of-the-art showroom and design center is now open on Saturdays from 9 to noon. That's right. You can now visit us on Saturdays at 708 Breckenridge Street. Our team of experts are committed to providing exceptional designs and service. Owensboro Garage Door offers a wide variety of custom garage door options to ensure your garage door fits your unique needs and style. With the best service, parts, and prices, Owensboro Garage Doors will be your go-to for life.
And now, more Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Time to jump into 2A football now. It's where myself and Chris Riley, Nick Clemens, the Three Stooges were in the house.
Yeah, I saw where Riley's trying to get like a Grammy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's playing a little Reading Rainbow.
A little Reading Rainbow.
Well, I heard LeVar Burton called him and said he was proud of his rendition of Reading Rainbow.
That's not bad, then.
Pretty cool.
There you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
LeVar, he's a big fan of what we do here at Cromwell.
Well, lucky for I don't have to walk to Calhoun, but lucky for people driving out 81, Riley doesn't have to walk to Calhoun naked. That's
true.
all I know.
True. And I mean, I said there was Three Stooges. There's really Six Stooges up there because you had the 97X and company down on the other end doing the McLean County broadcast, and it's 47-6 Owensboro Catholic. I thought McLean County had a solid game plan, as they always do, right? I mean, the execution from Coach Wagner's group is always impressive. And, I thought, that the run game and running the clock down and limited the possessions, but you have to end those in points, and McLean just couldn't punch it in. It was like a play almost every drive once they approached the 30, 40-yard line where they just went the other direction. And it really torpedoed some of those drives. And then when Catholic got the ball, I mean, they're scoring in like a minute and a half.
And that's a game you may see in round 2 of the playoffs. You look, because there was an upset over on the other side there where Crittenden and Caldwell County.
Yeah.
And so I think McLean has a very legit chance of winning their first round playoff game, which will bring them back to Steel Stadium in round 2.
Yeah. Dramel Carruthers stayed hot. He went over 300 again, 5 touchdowns in the game. And Maddox, man, the reason why Riley was singing the Reading Rainbow is just that rainbow drop pass. I mean, just over 2 defensive backs in the back of the end zone as Maddox, went over 2 defenders and caught that touchdown. I tell you, he's really emerging as a star wide receiver.
Oh, there's no doubt. That's one thing we talked about.
Constant.
That's one of the things we talked about before the season started. You lost a couple of years ago, Tut Carrico. Then last year, when you needed a big play, it was Darian Crow, and they had those big receivers. Who in this receiving core for them would step up and be that guy? And really, since week 1 against Bowling Green, it's been Xavier Maddox, and now you're getting Cam Woodward, and you're also getting Luke Thomas really coming on. Those guys are up to 30 catches apiece too. But he is the guy that kind of stirs the drink.
Yeah, no doubt. And Woodward coming on is important for them in the postseason.
Yes.
He is a steady hand. And not only that, but you can run jet sweeps with him. You can run slants. He can run after the catch. And that's where this team's a little bit different. It was not that the other teams couldn't run after the catch. No, I'm trying to say, but you can line it. These guys are like yak guys. I mean, Woodward and Maddox. I think Thomas a little bit more of a possession player, and your deep threat is Ebelhair. And I tell you another guy, Drew Miles, man, for this team.
He's coming on.
He is a big dude that can run.
Yep.
He's going to be a part of their future. I don't know. He'll factor in some in the postseason, but I really like the yak guys. And then the thing is, they haven't even really tried to run.
That's what I was going to say.
I mean,
the one thing I was going to say is they get deeper into the playoffs when and not that
cold.
It gets colder, and you're going to have possibility. If you look at their path, it's probably Somerset. There is a possibility Beechwood, Belfry, but looking like Beechwood. The one thing they haven't had to do the last 5 weeks, because they want to keep him healthy too, is, and Bowling Green saw all this, when you get in some tough times, you hand the ball to Miles Edge. Now, the guys, he is not, when you get Somerset, and I'm not saying they can't get upset before there, but let's just say they get to round 3 and you get Somerset and Beechwood in the semifinal. Like, Miles Edge is going to catch the ball 20 to 45 times. He hadn't done that in 7 games.
Yeah, no, it's nice to have a Miles Edge in your back pocket. Not only that, but he can run, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's a tremendous receiver. Pretty much anything you need Miles to do, he'll do it at a high level. I thought Nick Sims was excellent when the defense was down. That's who we gave our player of the game to, because the defensive energy coming off of bye number 1, and McLean was very physical, and Catholic just wasn't tackling very well, and Nick Sims was just all over. And I think he set the example. And after he had a couple nice hits, I think the rest of the team kind of fell in line. Nick Sims is having an under-the-radar, really good year for Catholic. And for McLean, man, Jacoby Gill, got to see him for the first time. No Aiden Bolden with the ankle, but I thought Gill ran very effectively. McLean fought. And I think if they play with that same energy in the postseason, it'll them and Crittenden, it's absolutely, even though it's a road game, it's
absolutely a winnable
game. And you may see them again there at Steel Stadium coming up in the playoffs. On the other side, you had Hancock handling Fort Knox 62-13. They ran it for 313 yards as a team and 6 touchdowns. Helms and Jones got in the end zone twice each. Eubanks threw 2 touchdowns to Graham Shern. And then Anderson had a huge night defensively. I noticed they started putting him more on the defensive side, took him off the offensive side. And they're going to host Caldwell, which, I can't claim to know a ton, but at least on the surface, it seems like that's a little bit tougher matchup, but you are at home.
You are at home.
And I like Hancock in that matchup.
Yeah, I do too. And here's what's crazy is, I don't know if this is because of the shutdown or if they decided they didn't want to go down there. I don't know if you noted it, because they went through these hoops to get that district of Fort Knox and McLean game in on a Saturday when McLean couldn't practice. Fort Knox pulled out of the playoffs. They've already forfeited to Mayfield.
Wow, okay. Well, I noticed too. I haven't even looked at the Aces. I saw they posted all of the first round games, which I really don't know how that's possible because Fort Campbell and Trigg, they hadn't even played yet.
I don't know if that game has been played yet.
Yeah, it says to be determined. So I saw where Frake said all the first round matchups have been set. That one has.
That one has not.
Still doesn't know. It's
right.
Trigg or Fort Campbell.
By the rule, you can't play a district game in week 10. Like that's how, but they because of the shutdown and that
leave it to the government to screw
right.
That up
They had to give them
right.
to change the rule for this one time because that is the one game that's still out there that you don't know.
Yeah, and again, we've been talking about the Aces path since RPI came out. It really looks like it's crystallized to me. Barring an upset, I think it's Somerset Beechwood. I mean, I think that's the path to Kroger, which is it's tough. It's a tough path. Somerset's pretty good and
Somerset's very good,
and if they were to get through that one, then Beechwood coming in, but it's one game at a time. I think the key for Owensboro Catholic is getting healthy. You know, they haven't really had their entire gambit of weapons available in any game so far.
No, even against McLean, you talked about he didn't tackle well. Your leading tackler, Jude Evans, in the middle was set out a game.
Yeah, you know that's bound to hurt you because Jude is all over creation. So, I know, you know, as we get into, there's really, I mean, honestly, there's really just not much reason to play them really if they need any rest at all. You could probably rest them for a couple weeks. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're going to listen. No offense, but the first 2 weeks of the playoffs for Catholic going to be running clock.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, it's just going to be.
Yeah, and then we'll let the chips fall where they may. But that'll wrap up 2A. And then you got go over to Indiana. We'll do a little Indiana playoff picture. Heritage Hills thumps Washington 56-7. Goldsberry ran for 141 and 2 scores. He threw for 40 yards and a touchdown. Pletcher was over 100 yards and a score. Peyton Gray 4 catches, 40 yards and a score. And this sets up. You know, I got home in time to watch Home Team Friday on Friday night. So check out those Indiana scores. And they will host Wrights in the Jungle. Talking to a couple Heritage Hills fans, man, this is a huge playoff matchup because, I mean, it's Wrights. I mean, I know Wrights isn't where they have been in years
past.
Plus,
I think Rice lost their quarterback. He had to be carted off to the hospital after the game. So, I mean, I think Heritage Hills goes in here as big favorites.
But it's just Heritage Hills and Wrights and the playoffs at the Jungle. I mean, it's got all the makings. And you know, looking at, you know, all that the area over there, it's just weird because playoff football started Friday. It just seems like it's so early. I was watching all the highlights, you know, of all the teams. Memorial, obviously, a buzzsaw over there in Indiana. Gibson Southern, a buzzsaw, as we learned in the Heritage Hills matchup. But in Jasper, they won. They beat Boonville, who's on the opposite side of the bracket of Heritage Hills, but didn't have a ton of style points.
Yeah, it didn't. They didn't play well.
I don't know if they got a favorite in that.
I do too.
They're going to have to go to Jasper.
Is that
in the third round? I do believe. So, but if they beat Wrights, I mean, you know, you can't just pencil in a win over Wrights. But you know, other than that, in Indiana, it was a tough night for us across the board. Tell City, you know, I had that big time matchup. Brownstown Central, just a really tough matchup. Ends their season at 5-5. I mean, it's weird to say goodbye to the Marksman and Malin Webb before it's even November. It's not even the Halloween yet, you know, and it's over, but. Still, it shouldn't overshadow a season where I think they looked at a young roster and thought it was a building year. And I think if you look at it that way, I think it was a very positive year for Tell City.
Oh, I think so. I think so, too. I think it was a very, very positive year for them. Without a doubt, they got so many young guys that they got to get a lot of work in. And I look for big things for them next year.
Yeah, and South Spencer, kind of much of the same. He turned the page from the big-time player over there, started the season kind of rough, new coaching staff. And then by mid-season and towards the end of the year, you really competed well, finished the season 2-8. It's something to build on moving forward for South Spencer. And for Perry Central, it's just turn the page.
Take
that season, throw it in the trash. It's an outlier from where you've been since we've been covering you at 0-10. And just try to get back to Commodore football. But it is crazy. I mean, we cover 4 Southern Indiana teams, and we say goodbye to 3 of them before Halloween.
That is crazy. And then on top of that, you're talking about, you know, the Heritage Hills matchup with Wright. How about Memorial, number 1 in 3A in the state of Indiana, taking on Gibson Southern, number 2 in the second round of the sectional tournament.
Yeah, it'd be huge, man.
And that's at the Jewel.
It'll be that'll be a tremendous matchup. I think Memorial probably goes in favored, but the last time I bet against Gibson Southern, they proved me wrong. So it'll be an interesting matchup up there in Indiana. Playoff football, week number 2 for them coming up this week.
I've got to ask you, did you see the game with Eastbrook and Alexandria in Indiana?
Oh, no idea.
You didn't hear about this, how that game ended? So Eastbrook was, I think, the defending 1A state champion last year, undefeated, first round of the sectional. They're down 29-21 with the football on the 19-yard line with 7 seconds to go. Okay. And then they run the old pitchy-witchy woohoo play.
Okay,
right?
What is a pitchy witchy?
You know, where you throw it to somebody and you just start lateraling it back.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
like a little lateral situation.
Right. Two of them go forward.
Okay.
No flags.
So they're on their own 19.
They're on their own 19.
Okay.
2 of them go forwards, no flags. They run it all the way, touchdown. All right. But there's a flag on the play. And you're thinking, well, it's, forward pass, whatever, boom, boom, game's over. They called holding on Eastbrook.
Okay. So they didn't get the lateral, but they got a hold. Okay.
Right. But the referee says, talking about blowing a call, he tells the opposing team, if you accept it, they get 1 untimed down. If you don't accept it, it's a touchdown. Which, that's not the case. If it's an offensive play, a penalty on the last, there is no time down.
No.
So they take it from the spot of the hold, move it back to the 50. All right, now they're at the 50, and they give them 1 untimed down, which is completely wrong.
Yeah.
Hail Mary, touchdown.
Wow.
2-point conversion, tie ball game, go to overtime. The other team scores in overtime, kicks the extra point. Eastbrook scores in their overtime, goes for 2 scores, wins the game. They move on the biggest blown call in the history of high school football.
Wow. Is there like any kind of protest?
I don't know. I mean, it should have never. It should have never happened.
Man, so the couple got away with a couple forward lateral passes.
Well, I mean, it didn't matter. They threw a flag anyway. Game should have been over.
Yeah, the game can't end on a penalty, accepted penalty.
Yes, it can if it's on the offense.
I don't know if it can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like because think about it. If you wouldn't, if you didn't, you would just keep getting penalties.
Right. Yeah.
And if the play can't end the game on offensive penalty, I mean, that's all you would do.
Yeah.
No, the game can't end on a defensive penalty. You get 1 untimed down.
I thought if it was an accepted penalty, the game couldn't end. If it was an accepted penalty.
Not
So
by the rules.
Me and that official are in the same boat, and we're both wrong, I guess.
Nope, not in the rules. And in fact, somebody posted somebody sent this to Pat McAfee for the highlight, and that's where I saw it. And then they actually
McAfee's on it. It's a big deal.
Well, hold on. Well, I don't know if he did anything, but then there was people on there saying, the game can't end.
We got to move. It's 5:38. We got to get rocking here. Butler County and Edmonson County, it didn't go their way on Friday night, and both of them will wrap up their seasons this week. Grayson County pushed Bowling Green a little bit early before falling 49-12. Graves County hammers Muhlenberg 42-0. I'm telling you, that Graves County Bowling Green game has some interest for me there in that first round. I'm telling you, Graves County seems to be playing much better late in the season. Meade County defeats Central Hardin 42-7, which means they will have a home playoff game, and they'll be hosting the Henderson County Colonels in the first round, who fell to McCracken on Friday night, and Davis County will be at Hoptown in the first
round.
Not
outside the realm of possibility. Davis County can go down there and compete in that one.
No, not at all. No, and if you'd have told me like 3 weeks ago that Meade was going to host a playoff game, I'd laughed in your face.
Coach Powers may have laughed.
Coach Powers has got it rolling,
he
man.
Does have it rolling.
I tell you what,
and they got a winnable. I don't know how good Bullitt East is, but we'll see. How about getting the 3 in a row? And
I don't care how good they are. If you win a home playoff game, I mean, that's a successful year. I mean,
always.
That's a way to erase, the early season struggles for Meade a little bit if they can find a way to beat Henderson County. Ohio County strung together 2 wins in a row, 21-13. Tanner Wood running for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. Abney had a rushing score. Brantley Hall with a big interception there for the Eagles. And in 4A, Breckenridge County defeats Wagner 48-43 behind 410 rushing yards from Spitzer. He ran for 4 touchdowns. He threw a touchdown to Burnett And then Paxton DeWitt also had a rushing touchdown, but 410 yards. Spitzer, he heard us talking about the leading rushers in the area. I think that's going to catapult him.
Well, he was like 3, and he was only like 100 yards behind. He's now number 1.
That's incredible.
Gonna probably set the school record. That was the single game record by a lot. Gonna set the school record this year. What a year he's had. He's like, hey, you guys just named 4 quarterbacks. You better get my name in there.
I love it, man. Yeah, that's right. You better. I mean, that 410 rushing yards.
We got a MacGyver. We got a MacGyver first teamer that looks like Spitzer may be on.
Didn't go our way on the soccer side. The Davis County girls, Owensboro boys both fell short in the quarterfinals. We do have third region volleyball tonight. Owensboro, Breck, and Muhlenberg playing right now. Just got that thing going. Apollo and Trinity tonight is the nightcap. Tomorrow you got Ohio County and Meade County. And the nightcap will be Grayson and Owensboro Catholic.
And how about Thursday? The volleyball championship match will be right here on 102.7 The Game with myself and the crew from Beyond the Bench calling that one. So you and I will be live from Owensboro on Thursday, Steve. Just let you know that's where Live at 5 will be.
Fair enough.
Leading right into that regional championship match. If you want to jump on there with us, we'll just do a 4-man crew.
Should be a blast.
That'll be a lot of fun.
I don't know if they'll let all y'all call a game again after Thursday night, but we'll see how it goes because you listen to Beyond the Bench tonight.
They may not let Brad on the air.
They might not even make it to Thursday night. It's coming up right after us. We'll pause it, come back, talk a little college and pro to get you out of here on a Monday, Live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
At River Valley Behavioral Health, we know recovery looks different for everyone. That's why we created The Gathering Point, a free walk-in recovery support center open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's a safe, welcoming space where you can connect with peer support, access resources, or just take a break in a judgment-free environment. No referral or appointment needed. Just walk in. To learn more, visit rvbh.com.
Hey, Chris, can you fix my leak?
Yes, we can. Hi, I'm Chris Estes, owner of Above All Roofing and Seamless Gutters. From your windows leaking air to installing new energy-efficient windows, we can do it. 313-4275. Gutters leaking, past few rains? Get new 5 or 6-inch gutters with guards. You have a roof leak? We can install a premium roof on your house or business. We have an affordable solution for all your leaks. 270-313-4275.
Life happens fast, but with the right insurance, you can be ready for anything. At Home Mutual Insurance, we've been protecting homes and autos for generations. Whether it's storm damage, a fender bender, or just peace of mind, we've got you covered. Located at 532 Main Street in Tell City, our team is ready to find the perfect policy for you. Call 812-547-2363 or stop by for a free quote. Because at Home Mutual Insurance, we treat you like family.
Step into serenity and rejuvenation at the Salt Room, where health and relaxation merge into a tranquil setting. Immerse yourself in our Himalayan Salt Room, soak up the benefits in our infrared sauna, or breathe deeply at our Oxygen Bar. Located at 1148 Main Street in Tell City, it's perfect for those seeking relief from respiratory conditions or anyone looking for a serene spot to unwind and indulge in self-care. Follow us on Facebook for more information. Then treat yourself to an exceptional experience at the Salt Room, where your wellness journey awaits.
Accidents and ailments can happen when you least expect them, but Owensboro Health is here to care for you when and where you need it. Walk right in for excellent urgent care without an appointment, or use our MyChart app to tell us you're on your way. Our expert providers are ready to treat minor cuts, rashes, bites, respiratory infections, and so much more. To find one of our 5 urgent care locations near you, visit owensborohealth.org/urgent care.
With your busy lifestyle, you don't have time to shop around for flooring. That's why in Carpets Unlimited Flooring Center, we offer you a win-win-win experience. The largest in-stock inventory in the whole tri-state area. Over 1 million square feet of inventory. Best price guaranteed. If you find a lower advertised price on the same product, we'll beat it. Plus, professional installation of your new flooring. And choosing your new flooring is easy. In our new remodeled 15,000 square foot showroom. Come see us today at Carpets Unlimited Flooring Center in Owensboro.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menard.
Refresh your home today with Window Images, Blinds, and Shades. We have everything you need for updating your window treatments. We carry vinyl, aluminum, and faux wood blinds, cellular shades, and more. Plus, you can get them trimmed to width in-store for free. Also, be sure to check out the flyer on Menards.com for all our great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Step into luxury at Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Discover the largest humidor in the tri-state area within our newly remodeled and expanded lounge. Now open Monday through Thursday 11 to 8, Friday and Saturday 11 to 10, and Sunday 1 to 6. It's the perfect place to slow down and relax. Daniel's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54. Smoke, sip, socialize.
Need some killer custom printing? All Authentic Prints has got you covered. We're right here in Owensboro, rocking everything from screen printing and embroidery to high-tech digital designs like DTF and DTG. And guess what? We don't just stop at printing. Looking for some eye-catching signage? Whether it's banners, vehicle decals, or window decals, we're here to make your vision pop. Come on down to 2408 New Hartford Road and check us out. All Authentic Prints, your go-to spot for all your custom print needs.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Fastest hour in football, moving on to college now. And we were at Steel Stadium. We're not going to talk about that much.
No, it was a blowout.
It was tough.
Yeah.
And
Northwoods is really good.
They are. That's really what I wanted to go for there. And say that they're right there at the top of the GMAC, in my opinion. Wesleyan's had some winnable games on the back half to try to build up. Most important thing is just keeping the young guys on the roster.
I am disappointed in Northwoods. I really wanted to see Kevin Brown, all 6'7", 388 pounds, of him score as a repair, and they used him as a decoy.
They did. They used him all over. That was kind of interesting to see. Kentucky falls to Tennessee 56-34, and that spread by Vegas, man, they double tricked me. They were like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to take that spread because they're wanting me to bet on
That was
Tennessee.
easy money.
Yeah,
easy money. I mean, Kentucky is what Kentucky is. And
that play, they fumbled 4 times on the same play.
Yes.
It encapsulates Kentucky football this year.
And so does not doing anything. And here's what I want. What needs to happen is the little Kentucky fans need to make a statement with their money and not show up for Florida and Tennessee Tech. That thing should be an absolute – Kroger Field should be an absolute ghost town in the next 2 home games, and make a point that we're not going to accept this. And I even hate that when it came out there, it was like, people were reporting that UK is waiting to see because 6-6 would help him keep his job. It is time for BBN to change expectations. 6-6 and going to the Husqvarna Pulling Weed Eater Bowl is not – we're an SEC team.
You don't have to worry.
I'm
They're
just
not winning
saying
6 games. You don't have to worry.
I get so tired of it.
You don't have to worry.
And people are like, well, I mean, we've never been a team. Indiana was the first college football team to lose 700 games. And what are they doing? They go out and get a coach and they go into the playoffs year in and year out.
Well, it's just such a silly take that you would, well, maybe he can salvage it and we'll turn the whole thing around. Like if they were to do it, which is about a 3% chance of it happening, if it did happen, then you're like, okay, I'm cool. We're going into the next season with a ton of confidence.
No.
Come on, man. It's been trending off the cliff for 2 years now. Like, you just keep trying.
Should have been done before this year started.
Should have. No, it absolutely should have. And the problem is it's just, we beat that dead horse.
Speak with your money.
Do you deep down, what percentage are you sure that Kentucky will have a new head coach next year, right now?
For me, I mean, my percentage is 99.9. But if you're looking at Mitch and the people.
No, I'm talking about actually it happened. I'm not talking about
50-50.
your opinion. 50-50? Mm-hmm. There's no way it should be 50-50.
I'm not sure that of a win against Florida. I'm not so sure that a win against Florida with a team that doesn't have a coach and a lot of players that have quit. And then they beat Tennessee Tech, which I'm not saying is a given because Tennessee Tech is undefeated. And then they pull some miracle upset against Louisville, and he goes 5-7.
Yeah.
That they're not all jumping for joy to run it back.
Yeah, no, I think there's about a 4% chance. I think they have a better chance of winning 6 games than they do with Mark Stoops returning.
It would be listen, I will say this, will be the last time I say it. If Mark Stoops is the coach at Kentucky next year, you might as well cancel football, go join the MAC, because we are not a serious SEC football program.
Not serious. He should already been gone. They're already not serious. IU, who got serious, hammered at UCLA. Louisville beats Boston College.
Yeah, they played with them though. You were out there.
I know Louisville's not good enough to blow teams out, but I'll tell you one thing: their running game is legit. I mean, Brown, 300 yards between the two of them. Moss ran for 2, threw for 1. They're 6-1. And, playoff hope still alive for the Cards.
Oh, yeah, I think on the outside looking in, but I think there's only going to be one ACC team. Yeah, I do want to say Vic Evans, 1973 at yahoo.com for all you LSU fans that told me I was jealous and that, we were just mad because when Brian Kelly left and we kept telling you how happy we were. Send your, apologies my way.
Yeah, no, and man, it couldn't happen to a nicer guys. The A&M takes care of Brian Kelly.
They did.
That was all she wrote. Vanderbilt, 17-10 over Missouri. They're still hanging around, and right now would be in the playoffs, I would think. And, Bama survives a scare from South Carolina. Ole Miss defeats Oklahoma. So what I wanted to get to is the playoff glimpse. We only have 10 minutes. Okay. I want to touch on the NFL. So I just want to touch on the CBS Sports projected playoff bracket right now would have Ohio State, Bama, IU, and A&M with byes.
Correct.
Ole Miss at Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame at BYU. Mm-hmm. What a gift for the Irish, right?
It's a tough place to go play out there.
It doesn't matter. Notre Dame's winning that game. Vanderbilt at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Memphis at Georgia Tech. I mean, as much as I love the college football playoffs, I mean, that first round doesn't inspire a ton of love. And that's kind of how it was last year, too.
Well,
honestly.
Memphis, here's the thing, though. Memphis
they beat
is
South Florida.
They did. But the team you got to look out for that's out there, and I think if they go 11-1, I'm not so sure that they may not get in there, is Navy. I mean, if you look at Navy's schedule, the only loss that Navy probably has looking at their schedule is Notre Dame. And keep winning, Navy, because it just gives us another ranked team to play.
You got Miami and Louisville, Texas Tech, all in the mix there. So it's definitely something to watch.
I don't think Georgia Tech's going to run the table, and I think both the Big 12 and I think if you looked at that CBS thing, the Big 12 and the ACC only both got one team in.
They did, yeah. And then I saw where the Big 12 had 5 in the top 25. There's a lot of teams hovering around the playoff picture, but they need some things to go their way to make it happen. And right now, I mean, that's probably right. I mean, I wouldn't have any beef with that.
No, I think
it plays out that way.
I mean, I don't think Georgia Tech is going to end up where they are.
Let me ask you this, though. Notre Dame's in the playoffs and Miami's not. And, I mean, I would have a serious problem with that if I was Miami. Miami beat them head-to-head.
Oh, I know. But listen, you look at it now. I'm like you.
But you say, oh, well, their strength of loss was better. Well, Louisville's in the top 25, and Notre Dame has 2 losses.
Well, so, I think the overall strength of schedule is better. Now, listen, I agree with you. All right, but I would take it because we should be. Hold on, we should be the 1992 national champions because we beat Florida State head to head.
Yeah,
and they let Florida State have the national title because Bowden didn't have one.
No, absolutely.
No, but I mean, who won that game head to head?
Oh yeah, but Miami has 1 loss. Notre Dame has 2.
I understand.
So
I understand. But if you look at all the power rankings, every power ranking out there has Notre Dame in the top 5.
You can look at power rankings all day. No, Miami beat Notre Dame head to head. Like, what are we talking about?
But they did it back. No, I agree. But
I know it's week 1.
They did it back in November on week 1 on a last-second field goal. I get it. But I mean, it goes back to the same thing. Are you wanting? Is this?
That's what you're going to hear. I'm just preparing you for that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because that's definitely going to happen.
But I think Miami gets in because I think Miami ends up winning the ACC, and Georgia Tech is the one that's out. And if you look at Georgia Tech's schedule, it's not the greatest schedule in the world.
Well, no, most teams in the ACC don't have great schedules. Week 8 NFL wraparound. It was a boring week in the NFL.
It was.
It was a boring week. Are the Patriots for real?
Yes,
I think they are for real.
Listen,
man.
if you're
Drake
a Tennessee
Mays
Titans fan. The one thing you gotta hate is that you let, look what Vrabel's done with a young quarterback, and you could have Vrabel down there with Cam Ward. Instead, now you're out there looking for a coach from there, and you got Steve Sarkisian down there saying, I'm not he's back channeling with Tennessee and other NFL schools, but then telling his players that no, there's no interest in the NFL. Like, those guys just don't make stuff up in the NFL.
Is that what? I didn't hear that.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
he
Sarkisian.
talking to the Titans.
He's back channeling a bunch of
That is
NFL
gonna-
teams.
well, I'm about to say that'd be a disaster for Tennessee.
I think so, too.
I'm just saying, if you're a Titans fan, there's no daylight in that decision. But apologies to Bo Nix. I want to issue an apology to Bo myself personally because he's the real deal. I'm telling you, he's a lot better than I thought he would be, and he had a slow start to the season. And I know the Cowboys defense was on like their fifth string safety and whatnot.
We had like a guy playing.
But he was dropping.
He was. No.
Yesterday,
Is Bo Nix the best quarterback in that draft?
I mean, Jaden Daniels. I would still take Daniels. No, Drake May was in there. Drake May's the best quarterback in that draft, and then probably Jaden, and then Bo Nix probably. I would, or as of right now.
Okay.
But Jaden's. I mean,
Bo Nix is going to be 2 years playing and be 2 playoffs.
Nix is getting close to passing Daniels though, and I thought Daniels was going to be a superstar this year. Just
Sophomore
hasn't panned
slump.
out. Yeah, a little bit it has. How about the Ravens? Are they back? I mean, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you right now. Write it down. In 6 weeks from now, the Baltimore Ravens are winning the AFC North. They were sitting at 1-5 yesterday. They win that game against the Bears, 30-16. I'm going to tell you, they're 2-5. They're beating Miami. They're certainly beating the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals, and then they host Pittsburgh. Then they're at Cincinnati. They're winning all those games. They're going to be 9-5 and in first place in the AFC North. And I don't know how many weeks I just ran off.
I say that, but I mean, I agree that they're going to be the favorite in all those, but they have just not played well.
They're back. They're my Super Bowl pick. They're
Okay.
back.
All
Yeah.
right.
Lamar will get it rolling. They'll be back. And I think it's time for you to admit that the Indianapolis Colts are the best team in football.
I'm still going to have. I mean, listen. I mean, I think they're the best team in the AFC.
Who's better than them in the NFC?
I'm going to take the Lions.
I mean, okay.
I need a Lions-Colts Super Bowl. That would be maybe the least watched Super Bowl of all time. But it would be awesome, though, man. Would that not be awesome?
I mean, I got to give credit to the Colts, man. I mean, Daniel Jones.
No, give credit to credit's due. To the young daughter that everybody made fun about her putting the headsets on. What do you know about football?
Sidelines.
Evidently, she knows a heck of a lot because they say she's absolutely killed it.
The Colts, the reason why I'm buying the Colts, because nobody in the NFL blows teams out weekly.
They do.
The Colts annihilate everyone they play. I mean, yeah, there's bad teams on their schedule, but they are handling them. And I mean, even the Chiefs, sometimes they struggle against bad teams. I mean, the Colts are the real deal, man. Danny, and you got that run game. And the offensive line,
Taylor's healthy
man.
again.
Yeah, you got nailed that.
You
I was
got
like,
Pittman
when you
on
said
the
that
outside.
in the pregame. I was like, this guy's nuts. Jonathan Taylor, we haven't talked about him in like 6 years, man. And now all of a sudden, he looks like he's an MVP level running back.
And then Pittman's very underrated on the outside
you nailed
too.
that, man. My college and NFL analysis on Live at 5 has embarrassed my entire family this year. It was decent last year. I've not even been close to predicting this year. I mean, it's just been a mess. Congrats to Aaron Glenn. First win.
First of, I think he'll
Bengals.
get to like 5 before he's let go.
Man, you got to give him some time.
Oh, I know.
You got to.
know.
Not you. I'm talking about you, Woody Johnson, who called your starting quarterback who won the game out. Golly, what a mess the Jets are. Are you back to believing in the Packers? I am.
Yeah, I think so.
You know they're going to be around.
They'll be there. And
I don't buy them in the playoffs, but I do think they're in the mix.
And I'm not buying the Bears, you know.
Oh, no, that was a bad loss. Caleb looked bad yesterday.
I thought the Steelers would be better than they were last year. I tell you the one guy and they blew it defensively, but I mean, Joe Flacco had the Bengals on the right cast to take them to the playoffs, and then boom, the defense blows it.
Niners stumble. I've been waiting for that.
But they're playing on like one
midnight.
leg and like one arm tied behind their back.
They are.
They're beat up as the Cowboys' defensive is.
Rams and Seahawks in the West. The Bucks are running away with the bad South. Atlanta's the bottom's dropping out of them. I mean, Kirk Cousins. Thank goodness he played bad yesterday because I'm so tired of hearing about the Vikings trading for Cousins. And then he plays bad, so maybe we don't have to worry about that. The Eagles are starting to roll a little bit. The Commanders playing the Chiefs tonight. You'll hear it on 102.7 The Game.
Chiefs roll.
Yeah,
Chiefs absolutely
7th seed in the
positively roll.
NFC is going to be bad. That's going to be a bad football team. And I'll tell you something else that came out. Carson Wentz is going to have surgery. He tore his labrum,
like a month
shattered
ago.
his bone in his shoulder, and he played 2 weeks with it. O'Connell's got some questions to answer, man. That's a bad look, man.
He's
That
going to
is
get sued by the
really-
Players Association,
He might,
and he should be.
They didn't take him out of the game the other night.
I mean,
he was getting killed out there.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's a bad look. It's embarrassing.
He's protecting his #1 draft pick that ain't played but 2 games of the 26 he's been available.
Beyond the Bench next, 102.7 The Game.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Hultree for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.
From the Floor Concept Studios, ESPN Radio, all sports, all the time. Kentuckiana sports leader, 102.7 WLME, Lewisport, 102.7 The Game.
Guys have underestimated me my entire life, and for years I never understood why. It used to really bother me. But then one day I was driving my little boy to